I want a one-on-one race. I want a fight between the true conservatives in the Republican Party and Mitt Romney, who I believe deep down is a moderate Republican from Massachusetts, just like what he was. Okay, that's my view, and I admit my prejudice. I want to fight. Rick, I think your guy is the road hog stopping that from happening. Why doesn't he let a conservative who has a chance to knock off Romney do it and get out of the way so it can happen?
Well, first of all, Rick Santorum is not a conservative. He's a big government Republican. He voted to raise his debt limit 5 times. The reason he did that is because he voted for every...
you got the talking points. There's not a single person watching right now, Rick, who thinks that's anything but political blather. We all know, the American people know, he's a conservative. But Rick Santorum's a conservative. Can't you give him that?
Well, compared to you, Chris, he's a conservative. He's not a conservative.
He's a conservative. What was his ADA rating? 5? What are you talking about?
Well, Newt Gingrich actually has a higher ACU rating than Rick Santorum does.
I don't deny he has a higher one. The question is either one of them not a conservative? Anyway, we're not getting anywhere. You're not going to break from the talking points. When Newt Gingrich was Speaker of the House and was responsible for getting the debt ceiling passed every year, wasn't that something you have as a reality in your own background for your candidate? Rick?
Well, when Newt Gingrich was Speaker, the budget was balanced under his leadership for 4 years in a row. And
yeah, but he was Speaker for longer than that. He was Speaker for longer than that, so he never had to raise the debt ceiling.
He also paid off. He
never had to raise the debt ceiling. You're saying he never raised the debt ceiling.
I'd have to look up at his record. I don't know.
I know you have to look up, but you're attacking the other guy for doing something you don't know about your own candidate. In other words, you're attacking the other guy for doing something you don't even know what your own candidate did. Let's move over to somebody who knows what they're talking about.
All you have to look at is the record.
No, seriously, you can't attack without knowing your own candidate's record, can you?
Well, I just did.
I'm being too tough. It's Friday. I'm sorry. I'm being too tough on you. Nobody has to know everything about everything. Your job is to get the money going. Look, let me ask you this. You think your candidate has a chance to be president of the United States, really?